अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदां ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्ततं रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च श्रीकृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पदे गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री श्री गिरिधारी भगवान की जय।
So we were doing verse number
32. We have to start.
Yeah, 32. We have to start with 32. Yes. Yeah. So whoever wants to start.
I'll try and start.
Go ahead, Mataji.
Shri Bhagwan Vacha Kalosmi Lokashaya Krit Pravriddho
Kalosmi Lokakshaya Krit Pravriddho
Lokan Samahartum Iha Pravrittaha
Lokan Samahartum Iha Pravrittaha
Tepi Svam Na Bhavishyanti Sarve
Ritepi Tvam Na Bhavishyanti Sarve
Yevas Hitaha Pratyanikeshu Yodaha Shri Bhagwan Vacha, the personality of Godhead, said, Kalaha, time, Asmi, I am, Loka, of the worlds, Shayakrit, the destroyer, Pravridaha, great, Lokan, all people, Samahatum, in destroying, Iha, in this world, Pravritaha, engaged, Rita, without, except for, Api, even, Tvam, you, Na, never, Bhavishyanti, will be, Sarve, all, Ye, who, Avashitaha, situated, Prati, Anikeshu, on the opposite sides, Lodaha, the soldiers. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain.
So this is a very famous verse because this was the verse that was quoted by Robert Oppenheimer, when he saw the effects of the atom bomb. So the first verse that came to mind, I mean, he was a big follower of reader of the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads and so on. So this verse is what came to his mind when he saw the destruction, the sheer raw destructive power of the atom bomb. So yeah, kalaha asmi loka kshayakrit pravriddha. He says, I am now pravriddha. Pravriddha means I have grown. I have become big. I have grown in stature. Why? Because I am death and I have the power to destroy everything. Kalaha, as time. And what is the purpose? I have become active? Pravrittaha, I have become active. For what? Iha samahartum lokan. Iha, now at here, samahartum, for devouring lokan, all these people. Who people? Duryodhana and so on. So, if, Arjuna were to say, oh, but what has this got to do with me? Krishna immediately says, Riteapi tva, even without you, all these people are going to be killed. Even whether you, Rite means without, api also, you, tvam. So, tumhare bina bhi, even without you, all these people are going to be killed. Whether it's Bhishma, Drona, Karna, whoever, all the names that you took, all of them are going to be killed. They are ye avastitaha prati anikeshu yodhaha. Ye yodhaha, those warriors who are avastitaha, standing, prati anikeshu, in the opposite army. Anika means it means the army on the other side. So all those soldiers on the other side, they are also going to be destroyed. Whether you fight or you don't fight, they are going to be destroyed. And therefore, what should you do? He says in the next verse. Who wants to do the next one? Yes, Vidushi.
तस्मात् त्वमुत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व
तस्मात्त्वमुत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व
जित्वा शत्रुं भुङ्क्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धम्
जित्वा शत्रून् भुङ्क्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धम्
मयैवैते निहताः पूर्वम् एव
मयैवेते निहता पूर्वमेव
निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन्
निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन्.
Tasmat, therefore, tvam, you, uttishta, get up, yashah, fame, labhasva, gain, chitva, conquering, shatrun, enemies, bhungshva, enjoy, rajyam, kingdom, samriddham, flourishing, maya, by me, eva, certainly, ete, all these, nihatah, killed, purvam, eva, by previous arrangement, nimitta matram, just the cause, bhava, become, savyasachin, O Savyasachi. Therefore get up, prepare to fight and win glory, conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight.
Tasmat. Since all these people are anyways going to be destroyed, whether you participate or you don't participate, therefore, tvam, you, uttishta, you get up and you fight. Huh? And when you fight, what will happen? They are all going to die anyways. Yashalabaswa, you get fame for it. So what? If somebody else, has done the deed for you, you're going to stand there, you're going to shoot the arrows, people are going to say, oh, Arjuna killed all these people. Take the fame. And there is a very important lesson to be learned here. None of us, any job that we do, any job that we excel in, we do not have the capacity to do it. The Lord does it. And we just pick up the accolades for it. You know, there's a very beautiful song in Hindi, Karte ho tum kanhaiya, mera naam ho raha hai. Yeah? How does it go? What is the next line? हाँ, मेरे मांगने से पहले मेरा काम हो रहा है. Yeah, even before I even ask for it, it's all happening. And you are doing it, and people are saying, oh, look, Lakshmi is doing it. You know? And this is very important to remember. We get carried away, at least I do. Oh, I did this. You know? We get carried away. And then it's very, and that is where, in the 12th chapter, Krishna then, you know, goes further on to say, okay, whatever you do it for me. Oh, can't do it for me, then at least give the results up to me. So he gives all those steps that we can do. But the whole idea is, nowhere does Krishna say, I am the doer, therefore you don't do anything. Even here, Arjuna was like, oh, I don't want to kill, I don't want to go to the battle. I'll just go, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll go to the forest. I will, you know, I don't know what is good for me. I will not fight, I will fight, I may fight, I don't want to fight. He went through everything. And Krishna earlier also, what did he say? He said, no. A person cannot stay without doing some activity. A human being is always active. So here, what is Krishna saying? He says, Uttishta, get up, do what you have to do. And in the process, Yashalabhasva. In the process, get fame. I am going to be doing it for you. But you get fame. And what will happen? How will you get the fame? See, these people like Bhishma, Drona, all these Maharathas, Atirathas, who are impossible to conquer, Arjuna killed them all single-handedly. This is the kind of fame you're going to get, Arjuna. And then what will happen? Jitva Shatrun. You will easily conquer Jitva, jeetne ke baad, after having conquered all these enemies like Duryodhana. Bhunkshva, enjoy. Rajyam, Samriddham. Samriddham means very prosperous. Enjoy a very prosperous empire. And what does he say? Ete Shatru, ete, all these enemies, Nihitaha Maya eva. They have already been killed. They have been killed by me alone. Kalosmi. Purvameva. Even before you are fighting. Therefore, Bhava Nimittamatram. Just become an instrument. Just become an instrument. Oh, Savyasachi. Savyasachin. Yaha Savye Sachitum Arhati. Savya means left hand. Sachi means one who shoots arrows. So one who can shoot arrows with his left hand as well. Doesn't mean that he's a lefty. It means that he can shoot with his left as well, which means he's ambidextrous. So Savyasachin means he's ambidextrous. He can he can use the bow and arrow with both hands. So now another thing to remember is when Krishna says Nimitta Matram Bhava Savyasachin, it doesn't mean that, oh, I'm only an instrument. Why should I use my brain? Does the hammer use a brain? Hammer is an instrument. Dumb instrument. Does it use a brain? No. Why should I use my brain? I'll just do whatever I can do. That is not how we are supposed to. Because the Lord has given us, He's given us strength, He's given us the education, He's given us our intelligence, He's given us all the facilities, everything He has given us. So it is our job to make sure that all that He has given us is used perfectly. Because this is like, if somebody gives us a very nice, suppose somebody were to give us the latest model in a telephone, but then I don't use it, okay? I keep it in the box, I keep it preserved, and I put it away for the next 10 years. 10 years later, I open it. It's probably not even going to work because the OS would have changed, the software, the apps would have changed, everything in it would have changed. It probably won't even connect to the internet because there's a new whatever form of internet, no longer wireless, probably something else. We don't even know. So when something has been given to us, we must use it. And we must use it to the best of our ability. So nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. So then if Arjuna were to turn around and say, oh, but tell me, Drona is my guru and he's the best of Brahmanas. He has celestial weapons. Similarly, Bhishma Dev has the boon of Ichhamrityu. He can die whenever he desires. Even Lord Parashurama could not defeat him. And then you said Bhishma, Drona, Jayadratha. So if, think of Jayadratha. He has the boon. So you know about Jayadratha's boon, don't you? Yeah, so that if whoever killed him, if the head fell on the ground, that person who killed him, his own head would split into 1,000 pieces. This is the boon given to Jayadratha by his father. This is why, his father is the one who's sitting there doing tapasya. And the story goes that when Arjuna shot the arrow at Jayadratha, Krishna told him, make sure that that head is cut off cleanly and your arrow takes it and puts it into the lap of his father who's sitting there and meditating in this particular place. So, and that's what Arjuna does. And the father is sitting there meditating, and then he feels something horrible wet. He looks down and he sees this. He's so shocked, he stands up. And the head falls down, and the father also dies. So this is Krishna's way of working. So if Arjuna were to say, oh, Jayadratha, Karna is, he has so much power from worshipping the sun. And then there are all these wonderful fighters like Ashwathama, Kripacharya, Bhurishrav. There's so many people there. How can I single-handedly defeat all these people? So just as if Arjuna were asking that question, Krishna responds to him in the next verse. So who'd like to do the next verse? Okay, ma.
द्रोणं च भीष्मं च जयद्रथं च
जयद्रथं च
कर्णं ददान् ज्ञानवियोधवीरान्
कर्णं तथान्यापि वियोधवीरान्
मया हतांस्त्वं जयैः मां यतिष्ठा
Maya hatanstvам jahima vitish.
युज्यस्व जेतासि रणे सपत्नान्
Yudhyasva jetasirane sapatnam.
Saptanam.
द्रोणं च also द्रोणा भीष्मं च also भीष्म जयद्रथं च also जयद्रथा कर्णं कर्णा तथा also अन्यान् others अपि certainly योधवीरान् great warriors maya by me Atan already killed Tvam you Jahi destroy Ma do not Yatit Vyatitishta be disturbed Yuddhayasva just fight Jita asi you will conquer Rane in the fight Sapnam enemies Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna and the other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight and you will vanquish your enemies in battle.
So here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur actually says that there is a hidden meaning behind Krishna saying, I have already killed Bhishma, Drona, Jayadratha, Karna and others. So what he's basically saying is whoever is on the side of the Kauravas who publicly insulted Draupadi, all of them have already been taken care of by me. And at the end, when Bhishma Dev is offering his Bhishma Stuti, his prayers to Krishna, as he's leaving his body, he says, he says, Sapadi sakhivacho nishamya madhye nijaparayor balayoratham niveshya. So Krishna had listened to his friend Arjuna, Sakhi, his friend Arjuna saying that Nijaparayor balayor ratham niveshya, place the chariot between my and the other side armies because I want to see them. And he says, Stitavati parasainikayurakshna Kritavati partha sakhe ratir mamastu. And he says, the text of pointing out all the warriors on the other side, Stitavati, he says, just by looking at all those warriors, Krishna shortened all their lives. May that Krishna, Rathi, Mamastu, may that Krishna, may my Rathi be in that Krishna. So this Bhishma Dev is also saying, he says, nobody had to fight. Simply by looking at all of us, Krishna had already killed all of us, even before the battle started. So Krishna is also saying the same thing. He says, already the job is done for you. Maya hatam tvam jahi. You just become victorious. They have already been killed by me. Ma vyatishtaha. Don't be disturbed. Yudhyasva. Just fight. Jetasi. You are going to conquer. You are conquering. So now listening to this, because this is what Sanjay is telling Dhritarashtra, right? He's explaining all this. Dhritarashtra may think, oh, if this is the case, won't Duryodhana just give up? Will this lead to peace? Maybe he wants peace, maybe he doesn't want peace. We don't know that. Okay. But going by past history, he probably doesn't want peace. And he probably still wants Duryodhana to fight and win. So before he can actually start expressing any of these kind of questions, Sanjay begins to talk. So that's the next verse.
Sanjay Uvacha.
Mataji, Uma Mataji?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sanjay Uvacha. Sanjay Uvacha etat Shrutva Vachanam Kesavasya.
Shrutva vachanam Keshavasya.
Kritanjalir Vipamanah Kritiri Kiriti Namas I'm not getting
Namaskritva
Namaskritva Bhuya Eva Krishnam
Namaskritva bhuya evaha Krishnam
Jagadam Bita
Pranamya
Gadam Gita Bhita Pranamya.
Sanjay Vacha, Sanjay said, Etat, thus, Srutva, hearing, Vachanam, the speech, Kesavasya of Krishna, Krita Anjalihi, with folded hands, Vepamanaha, trembling, Kiriti Arjuna, Namaskritva, offering obeisances, Uya, again, Eva also, Aha, said, Krishnam, on to Krishna, Sagad, Sadgadgam, with the flattering voice, Bhita, fearful, Pranamya, offering obeisances. Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances with folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke to Lord Krishna in a flattering voice as follows. Altering. Continue.
Another name for Arjuna is Kiriti, one who wears a kiritam. The kiritam given by Indra. So again, it increases his valor, his power, his prowess. So that's another name for Arjuna, Kiriti. So in this verse, Sanjay is saying, Sthane. Here sthane does not mean what we say, na sthanam, sthane, in that place. It doesn't mean that. Sthane is also an indeclinable word, which means appropriate or it is reasonable. So, I think I've gone to the next verse, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yes, my mistake. Sanjay is saying, not Arjuna. Etat shrutva vachanam keshavasya kritanjalir vepamanah kiriti. So, etat shrutva keshavasya vachanam, etat vachanam keshavasya shrutva krita anjali, hands folded, vepamanaha, trembling, kiriti. Okay, now this is Arjuna who wears the crown of Indra. He's trembling with fear. What does he do? Namaskritva bhuya eva. Again and again and again he is doing namaskara. To whom? To Krishna, Krishnam. Sagadgadam. And you know, when you are crying, when you're choked up, the kind of voice that comes out, it's thick and it feels like you can't speak. There is, you know, your voice is caught up. There is a tremble in the voice. It's thick. That is gadgada. Sagadgadam. Bhita bhitaha. Pranamya. Again, having bowed down. So namaskritva, pranamya, all these are words which mean bowing down. Having done namaskara, having bowed down, pranamya. Arjuna speaks the following words. So what does Arjuna say? Yes, Mataji.
Arjun Vacha
Arjuna uvacha.
Arjuna
Stane Rishikesha Tava Prakritya
Sthane rishikesha tava prakirtya.
Jagat Prasyatye Adya Rajante Cha
Jagat prahrishyatyanurajyate cha.
Rakshamsi Pitani Disho Dravananti
Rakshamsi pitaani disho dravanti.
Sarve Namasyanti Cha Siddha Sangaha
Sarve namasyanti cha siddha sankhaha.
Arjun Vacha, Arjun said, Stane, rightly, Rishka Isha, O master of all senses, Tava, your, Prakritiya, by the glories, Jagat, the entire world, Prashyati is rejoicing, Anurajyate is becoming attached, Cha and Rakshamsi, the demons, Bitani, out of fear, Dishaha, in all directions, Dravanti are fleeing, Sarve, all, Namasyanti are offering respects, Cha also, Siddha Sangaha, the perfect human beings. Arjun said, O master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done.
So this particular verse is apparently very famous in the scriptures, in many scriptures, and it's called the Rakshogna mantra, the mantra for destroying demoniac elements, the mantra for destroying Rakshasas. So before you speak this verse, you say Om Namo Narayanaya, and then you speak this verse, and then you follow it with the Sudarshana mantra. And that whole thing is supposed to protect from Rakshasas. What is Arjuna saying? Sthane Hrishikesha Tava Prakirtya. Sthane, it is perfectly reasonable. It is absolutely right, O Master of the Senses, Hrishikesha, that your glories are sung Jagat Prahrishyati Anurajyate cha. That your extraordinary fame, Tava Prakirtya, your extraordinary fame, it draws, who does it draw? Not only me, but so many different devotees. And what does he say? Simply by hearing about you, Prahrishyati, everyone the entire Jagat, prahrishyati, derives an intense joy, but not the demons. Rakshamsi bhitani. The Rakshasas become very afraid, but the rest of the universe derives great joy. And what happens to them? Anurajyatecha. They become attracted to you and they develop love for you. This is what Arjuna is saying. He says, but what do the Rakshasas do? Bhitani dravanti. They run away. Dishaha. They run away in all different directions. All the Rakshasas. And what do the Siddhas do? The groups of Siddhas. They all namasyanti cha. They all bow down to you. So this verse is a beautiful verse. What Arjuna is saying, what you have said about killing Dronacharya, Bhishmadev, Karna, everybody, that's very reasonable. Why? Because you can do it. Also, the fact that you are being worshipped and praised by everyone is also absolutely appropriate, sthane. And also, so this word sthane gets used everywhere. Huh? So, and it's also very appropriate that the demons run away in fear when they just hear about you. So we'll move on to the next one.
Yes.
I do. तस्माच्च ते न मेरन्महात्मन्
Kasmachate nanameran mahatman
गरीयसे ब्राह्मणोऽप्यादिकर्त्रे
gariyase brahmanopyadikartre
अनन्तदेवेश जगन्निवास
anantadevesha jagandivasa
त्वमक्षरं सदसत्तत्परं यत्
tvamaksharam sadasatvatparam yat.
Kasmat, why, cha, also, they, unto you, na, not, nameran, they should offer proper obeisances, mahatman, oh great one, gariyase, oh, who are better, brahmanah, than Brahma, api, although, Adikartre, the supreme creator, Ananta, O unlimited, Devesha, O God of gods, Jagat Nivasa, O refuge of the universe, Tvam, you are, Aksharam, imperishable, Sat Asat, to cause and effect, Tat Param, transcendental, yet because. O great one, greater even than Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you? O limitless one, God of gods, refuge of the universe, you are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation.
So in the previous verse, Arjuna explained that Krishna is worshipful for the Siddhas and all the heavenly beings. So that includes Brahma also. Here he is saying you are gariyase brahmano api adikartre. So you are senior to Brahma also because you are the adikartra. You are the original creator. You're the first creator. You're the one who has created Brahma also, who is the creator. Kasmacha te na nameran Mahatman. So Mahatma, Kasmat, why not? Te na nameran. Will people not worship you? Hey Mahatman. So here by using Mahatman, he is saying that you are the soul of everyone. You are the Atma for everyone, for the entire universe. He's calling him Ananta. You are endless. Ananta. Devesha. See, in the second chapter, when describing the Atma, Krishna says that there is no place that the Atma is not present. Ananta. Then he says, Devesha. You are the Lord of the Devatas. Jagan Nivasa. You are the refuge of the entire universe. This universe exists inside you. Oh, you exist in the universe everywhere. And the universe exists inside you. So he's talking about the Brahman form of the Lord. Ananta. Tvam Aksharam. So he's talking about the Brahma form. Tvam Aksharam. Aksharam, you're imperishable. You're the imperishable Brahman. Sat, Asat. Now, Sat, Asat can have a few different meanings. It's taken as cause and effect. It can also mean Saguna, Nirguna. Sat means that which has all the good qualities, Asat which has none of those qualities. So Saguna, Nirguna. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur takes the meaning as effect and cause. That you are the cause, Asat, meaning what? The material world. And that comes up in the next verse. There is a clue given to that in the next verse where it says, Tvamasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam. You are the ultimate repository of this material universe. And then Tvaya Tatam Vishwam, it says, you pervade the universe. Tat Param Yat. And you are beyond everything. You're beyond whatever is Sat and Asat. So if you take Sat and Asat to mean the manifest and the unmanifest, real and unreal, effect and cause, Saguna and Nirguna, oh my Lord, you are beyond everything. Tvam Aksharam Sadasat Tat Param Yat. You're beyond everything. Does that make sense? So, moving on. Next.
Samadhideva Purusha Puranas.
Tvamadideva Purusha Purana.
Tvamasya Vishwasya Param Nidanam.
Namasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam.
Vetasi Vedyam Cham Param Chatama.
Vedasi Vedya Param
Chadama.
Maya Tatam Vishwamananta Rupa.
Tvaya Tatam Vishwamananta Rupa.
You, Adidevaha, the original supreme God. Purushaha, personality. Purana, old. Tvam, you, Asya, of this. Vishwasya, universe. Param, transcendental. Nidanam, refuge. Veta, the knower. Asi, you are. Vedyam, the knowable. Cha, and Param, transcendental. Cha, and Dharma, refuge. Vaya, by you. Tatam, pervaded. Vishram, the universe. Natarupa, O unlimited form. You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the unlimited, ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge above the material modes, O limitless form. This whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you.
Tvam Adidevaha. You are the primal Devata, primal deity, by whom the universe has been created. You're the cause of the origin of the universe. Purushaha. You are the one who pervades. Puranaha. You are the oldest, the unborn one. You are Param, the ultimate. Param Nidhanam, the ultimate repository. That in which everything is deposited at the time of annihilation. So you are the Param Nidhanam, the depository or repository. Asya Vishwasya, of this universe. When this universe is wound up, it is deposited inside you. So you are thus the material cause of the universe. Remember we said Sad Asat? So this is the Asat part. You're the material cause of the universe. And you are Veta. Veta. You are omniscient. Veta Asi. You know everything. You're the knower of everything. And you are Vedyam. You are the knowable. You are the knower. You are the knowable. You are the Param Dhama. You are the supreme abode. The supreme abode of what? You're the supreme abode of yourself. We have just established that everything is Him. So if everything is Him, the supreme abode is who? He's the supreme abode of Himself. You are the supreme abode of that which is Satchitananda. You're the supreme abode. And Ananta Rupa. You have so many forms. Ananta Rupa. And Tvaya Vishwam Tatam. Tvaya, by you, this universe is pervaded. So here he is we have to remember that Arjuna is in a state of fear. He no longer sees Krishna as his friend. He's now seeing him as the omniscient, omnipotent, omni everything. Okay, the most powerful being. And he's talking to him in the same manner. So he's saying, oh, you are the Adideva, you are Purana, you're Param Nidhanam, you are the Veta, you know everything. And basically what he's doing is, he's repeating everything that Krishna has said back to him. If you look at each of these words have all been spoken by Krishna in earlier chapters. So, for instance, Adi Deva, he says, Am Adirhi Devanam Maharshi Cha Sarvashah, 10th chapter. So, Adi Deva. Then, when he talks about Purana, Puranam, he calls himself in the 8th chapter, Puranam. Then Param Nidhanam, that also comes up earlier. Vedaham Samatitani, Veta, you are the knower, Vedaham. Vedyam, that also he has talked about in the 9th chapter. Param Dhama, Yad Gatvana Nivartante Tad Dhama Paramam Mama. Or I think in the 8th chapter, 8th chapter, I think. Yam Prapyana Nivartante Tad Dhama Paramam Mama. Then Tvaya Tatam Vishwam. So Krishna has already said, Yena Sarvamidam Tatam Jagadavyakta Murtina. In the 8th chapter. So everything that Krishna has said earlier, Arjuna is turning it back and repeating it back to him. Yes, you are this. Yes, I believe you. You are this. You said this. You are this. And then in the next verse, which is a very beautiful verse, who'd like to?
I'll try, Mataji.
Yeah, go for it.
Vayuryamo Agnir Varunah Sanankah Shashankah
Vayuryamogner Varuna Shashanka
Prajapatisvam Prapitamahasya
Prajapatisvam Prapitamahascha
Namo Namastestu Sahasra Kritva
Namo Namastestu Sahasrakritva
Punasya Bhuyopi Punasya
Namaste.
Bhuyopi api Namo Namaste.
Punascha Bhuyopi Namo Namaste.
Vayu, air, Yama, the controller, Agnihi, fire, Varunaha, water, Shashanka, the moon, Prajapati, Brahma, Tvam, you, Parapitamaha, the great grandfather, Cha also, Namaha, my respects, Namaha, again my respects, they unto you, Astu, let there be, Sahasra Kritvaha, 1,000 times, Punasya, and again, Bhuya, again, Api, also, Namaha, offering my respects, Namaha, Namaste, offering my respects unto you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You are air and you are the supreme controller. You are the fire. You are water and you are the moon. You are Brahma and first living creature and you are the great grandfather. I therefore offer my respectable obeisances unto you 1,000 times and again and again and yet again. Hare Krishna.
So now Arjuna is absolutely humbled. And he says, Vayu Yamognir Varuna Shashankaha, you are Vayu, the wind, you are Yama, the Lord of Death, the controller. Agni, fire, Varuna, water, Shashanka, the moon, Prajapatistvam Prapitamahascha, you are the Prajapatis, and you are grandfather Brahma, Prapitamaha. You're the father of Brahma, Prapitamaha. So Pitamaha, so you have the Prajapatis, you have the Pitamaha, the grandfather, who is Brahma. You're the Prapitamaha, the great grandfather, the father of Brahma. And then he says, Namo namaste astu sahasra kritva. So I offer you 1,000 Namo namahas. So namaha namaha, Namo namaha means 2 namahas already. And then 1,000 times that. And then he says, Punahacha, another 1,000. Bhuyo api, and again. Namo namaha. So he's just going on and on and on and on and on, just bowing down to Krishna. We'll do one more and then we can pause for today.
Namaha Parastad. Is it my turn? Namaha Parastad Ata Prasati Te.
Namah purastadata prishtataste.
Namostu Te Sarvata Eva Sarva.
Namostute sarvata eva sarva.
Ananta Viryamita Vikramastavam.
Ananta viryamita vikramastvam.
Sarvam Sarvapnosi Tatosi Sarvaha.
Sarvam samapnoshi tatosi sarvaha.
Namaha, offering obeisances. Purashtad, from the front. Ata, also. Prishtataha, from behind. Te, unto you. Namaha astu, I offer my respects. Te, unto you. Sarvataha, from all sides. Eva, indeed. Sarva, because you are everything. Ananta Virya, unlimited potency. Amita Vikramaha, an unlimited force. Tvam, you. Sarvam, everything. Samapnosi, you cover. Tataha, therefore. Asi, you are. Sarvaha, everything. Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You are all pervading and thus you are everything.
This is our Sanskrit class. Purataha, Prishtataha.
Yes.
So he says, Namah Purastad, from the front. Ata Prishtataha, from the back. Namostute Sarvataha eva, from all sides. He says, Ananta Virya Amita Vikramaha Tvam. So already he has seen in the Virata Rupa, he has seen all the different forms, all the most frightening forms. And the most powerful forms. And now he's saying, you are, since everything is in you, you have Ananta Virya, unlimited Virya. Viryam, potency, strength, force. And Amita Vikramaha, you can perform any activity. Vikramaha, krama, you can perform any kind of activity. Tvam sarvam samapnoshi, and you cover everything. Because he has seen that this is the Virata Rupa which pervades everything. Whether it's Jad or Chetan, whether it's alive or dead. Everything is within the Virata Rupa, and as Brahman, the Lord pervades everything. So he has now recognized the omnipotency of the Lord, the Aishwarya of the Lord. And so he cannot think of him as his friend anymore. he is bowing down to him. He says, I bow down to you from the front, from the back, from the sides, from the top, from the bottom. I bow down to you from all sides, and I bow down to you again and again and again and again. Because you are so powerful. So we'll stop here for today. We'll pause here for today. And next time we'll see how Arjuna brings up his friendship with Krishna. He rues his friendship. He says, oh, I'm such a fool. I'm such a fool to have been friends with you. Who am I to be your friend? I am a nobody. How can I even consider myself your friend? So he talks about that in the next verse. So we'll see that next time.
Thank you, Mataji.
Can I ask a small
Yeah,
question?
any question? Yeah.
Yeah, small question. So whenever I listen to about Bhishma Dev or anything, even like you can reconcile why he was on the other side, and all of that explanation is all given, but I never understood or been able to like understand why he would go and like bring Ambalika and Ambika if he like he's doing it for his brother and he's doing it on behalf of the crown. I understand that, but in that setting, shouldn't he not be there because he's already taken a vow of not getting married? So he is there, yes, on behalf of the crown, on behalf of his brother to get those 3 princesses. But I don't know, because it was a swayamvar. It wasn't even like, it wasn't a valor show or anything of that sort. So he goes and so I'm just wondering, like, I could never reconcile that. Everything else, like in lectures, every other explanation is given about why he was on the other side, everything. This one thing I couldn't kind of understand in my head. And I want to like be able to like just get rid of this so I don't actually keep this in my mind.
Yeah. So first we have to understand that ethics and moral codes in those days were totally different. Okay. So you had various kinds of swayamvaras. You had various kinds of vivahas, basically. So and in a swayamvara as well, sometimes it would so happen that the swayamvara was only being held for show, like in the case of Rukmini. Okay, in which case the princess would let whoever she wanted to marry know, and they would come and kidnap her. Okay. So whereas and we know in the case of Rukmini that she was the one who actually drove the chariot away. So we have so there are various ways in which these swayamvaras actually played out. And one way of, so when you weren't sure that the princess was going to choose you, but you definitely wanted her, kidnapping the princess was also a known technique. And it was not really frowned down upon. What would just happen is everybody else would then stand up and try and fight. So it was a show of valor. Okay. And that's exactly what Bhishma Dev did. Okay. So he just went there, he kidnapped the girls and he took them away. So it was, if we look at it from today's moral settings, it is reprehensible. But when we look at it from what existed in those days, it was just on par with the course.
Yeah, but it wasn't for him. He wasn't doing it
for him. No, it wasn't for him.
So that's because if he was showing that, like, his brother should have done it to show his valor and like kidnap. So
Okay.
that's my thingy. It's not that he kidnapped. Like I
Yeah,
completely
yeah.
the moral codes were different and the ways of doing things were very different. But Bhishma Dev doing it after taking a thing, so it wasn't his place. Like I mean, sorry.
No, not again, like I said, if a particular king couldn't go, he could deputize somebody to go on their behalf, on behalf of that particular kingdom. Because you wanted the princess, and remember, in those days, a lot of these swayamvaras, a lot of these marriages were conducted because it meant a stronger alliance between two kingdoms. So if you decided, I wanted to have an alliance with this kingdom, I want a strong alliance there, somehow or the other, I have to get this girl. So that's just the politics of the time.
Got it. Yeah.
Because if you see, it was only Amba
Who had
who
a
was
object?
unhappy.
Yeah.
Ambika and Ambalika very happily went along.
Yeah.
They actually very happily went. In fact, it's said that they very happily went along.
Yeah.
They were very pleased to be taken by Bhishma Dev for his brother. They were very pleased to be going to Hastinapur.
Right.
Amba had a problem because she was secretly in love.
Yes, with Salva.
Which yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So she was secretly in love with him, and that is why all that problem started.
And she shouldn't have. Yeah, she shouldn't have been there if she. Yeah,
in which case she shouldn't have been part of the Swayamvara.
Yeah, she shouldn't have been part of that.
She should have told the
right, because it wasn't as if each princess was going separately. It was a package deal of 3 princesses.
Oh,
okay. So it doesn't say, it doesn't specify whether it was 3 Swayamvaras or it was 1 Swayamvara for 3 princesses. So it's reasonable to assume that it was 1 Swayamvara for 3 princesses, and whoever did whatever, parakrama that they had to do, not parakrama, that they had to do, they would win all 3.
In those days, it was also
Right.
okay.
Because Amba's contention was, Shalya should have, Shalya was going to come and win me. But when Bhishma took her away, he didn't even do much about it. So it was almost like it was kind of one-sided. And later when Bhishma Dev allows her to go as well, he says, yeah, absolutely. I mean, please go.
Yeah. He doesn't accept her.
Yeah, Shalya says, no, now I can't accept you.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. I got much more clear.
It's all a bit, it's very difficult to actually look at what was happening at that time with modern lens.
Yeah, but I wasn't looking for modern. There was more like, why is Bhishma Dev brahmachari there? Like that was my thinking morally.
I understand.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Much more clear because I was listening to Tag Indigo and he was just like, if you have any question, you should ask that because it might just be in your brain and you might mentally commit like offenses if you're not thinking, you're not very careful. You might be like, if a day comes and you have a question about that person, you will just go in your mind and it's a mentally like you're doing something wrong.
That's right. Oh, well done.
Thank you for explaining it.
Okay.
There's a lovely movie actually, old movie, black and white about Bhishma. NTR plays it.
Yes.
So good. Like little Bhishma to big Bhishma.
Oh, right. Oh, interesting.
And it's so like proper, on the days they used to just properly like follow the exact story to the T and not make things up in their own heads. Yeah, it's really good.
True.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Mataji.
Acharya
Hare Krishna.
Uttaravyaschya Kripa Sindhubhyo Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Thank you so much.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Indra Mataji.